To the graphics full screen, and I'll run over and show you. The area shaded in purple, the metro area is under a winter weather advisory for an area of low pressure and a cold front that could give a dusting to an inch or so of snow tonight, probably arriving 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock evening hours. So as you can see, a little sunshine now, but just to the west, the cold front and a little area of low pressure, enough to bring the snow in here tonight. And with temperatures so cold, in fact, I noticed today when I was coming across the 14th Street Bridge, the Potomac's iced over. So ground is cold enough, every flake is going to stick here. And again, with the timing, we think that the snow developing with the system, the cold front will move through 7, 8, 9 o'clock. But the good news is it'll quickly clear the area. The sunshine returns tomorrow. As far as the amounts, anywhere from tenths to an inch, close to an inch, maybe south and east of town, inch and a half. So that should come and go. Then we look ahead to Friday afternoon, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night into Sunday morning. Our entire area placed under a blizzard watch. I've been forecasting weather on TV for 38 years, and I've never seen a blizzard watch issued 2 days in advance for this area here. Off to the west, these areas in blue under a winter storm watch. The big difference between the two, will have similar snowfall totals, but we're going to have high winds closer to the bay, and that's going to reduce the visibility and make driving very difficult, if not impossible at times. Our Futurecast will take it through a Friday for you and show you the snow moving in during the afternoon hours as the storm intensifies, getting closer to the coast and actually hits the coast and gets even stronger. That's when the heaviest winds and heaviest snow will fall, especially through the day Saturday night, not ending until Sunday. And believe it or not, our initial forecast for this storm for our area, everywhere shaded in purple, somewhere between 1 to 2 feet of snow is a possibility. That's going to be Friday night, Saturday into Sunday morning. A lot more to share coming up in a few minutes for you, Jumi.
Okay, Doug, thank you so much. And take a look at this right here. As Doug mentioned, the Potomac already icing over. White's Ferry in Dickerson, Maryland is closed because of all of the excessive ice. Unbelievable. And we are still just 2 days out from the big storm. But there's a lot to do to make sure everyone is prepared. Our Sam Sweeney live in Northwest D.C., where Mayor Muriel Bowser just announced the city's storm plan. Sam, what do you have to say?
Well, Jumi, this press conference wrapped up about a half hour ago, and she says her biggest concern is city residents losing power. She says the city's able to move snow, but they really don't have much control when it comes to losing electricity. It's a fast-moving storm. It's going to dump a lot of snow, heavy snow, and she fears that the lines could be affected, and that's her biggest concern. Now, right now, the mayor and her teams are coming up with a plan. They will formulate it for the rest of the day today and into tomorrow morning, and they will release that plan tomorrow morning at 11:15. Here is what we know right now. 800 people in the city are on standby right now to help with snow removal. The city has also called in the National Guard. They will use specialized Humvees to reach hard to reach areas if it is needed. 39,000 tons of salt is also ready to go. And for the first time ever, senior citizens and the disabled will be able to dial 311 if they need someone to come out and shovel their properties.
When it's cold, it's snow, people are shut in, and there's the possibility of power outages, then it's more than just a nicety to look in on a neighbor. It becomes a necessity. So we're asking everybody to look in on their neighbors.
And more than 2,000 people have already volunteered and signed up for that program. If you're interested, you can go to the city's website and sign up as well, and they will give you a free shovel. Also, as for events around the city, there's a big march for a pro-life march. 200,000 to 400,000 people are expected for that. There's a Caps game and a Wizards game. As far as those events go, the city has not made a decision yet on whether they will cancel those. Again, we are expecting another update from the mayor on exact plans for this storm at 11:15 tomorrow morning. That's how the city is handling it. I want to send it out to John Gonzalez. He's monitoring the situation on how stores and people around our area are ready and prepping for this storm.
Well, I can't believe how busy this hardware store here in Burtonsville, Maryland has been all day long. Folks are definitely heeding the warnings. Take a look. There's box after box. They can't keep the shovels on the shelves long enough. Pallet after pallet has been brought in. Ice melt, the rock salt. Take a look at the shelves here. Completely empty. They're going to have to restock here, and they will in just minutes. People are just very busy right now. This is Henry. You came in to buy your stuff. What are you buying?
Right there, the ice melt.
Well, let's grab one. Let's grab an ice melt for you. This is the one you want right here.
That's right.
And this is all you need?
That's all what I need.
Are you a big fan of the snow? Are you looking forward to it?
I'm not go skiing anymore, but I love it.
I think we're going to get enough snow. You can go skiing in your
That's
backyard.
right, and then we all have peace.
And this is Nova. I like Nova style. She's thinking work and play.
Work and play, yes.
So while you shovel and salt, you're going to throw the kids down the hill, you said.
Yes, I am, but I will not be doing the shoveling or the salting. My
You
husband
get the kids
will.
to do that maybe before they play a little bit. Let me get by you here because we want to show our viewers just how busy the store is. The lines have been nonstop and folks in and out of the store. This is Gary Zimmerman, the owner of the place here. Gary, I can't believe how busy you've been. We've been here all morning, since 5 o'clock. It's been nonstop.
Yes, it has. It's gotten busier and busier. I mean, when lunch breaks, it just explodes.
And snow blowers going too. How do you keep up?
You do the best you can. We can buy some from Ace. We have actually an order coming in from Honda. We pre-ordered those. Other shipment coming in, some Craftsman ones. We're just restocking as fast as we can.
Folks basically telling us that they wanted to get ahead of this, get to the stores today before the big snowfall on Friday. Back to you inside.
All right, John, thank you. And make sure you stay with us here at ABC7 and WJLA.com as we monitor a possible snow event this week. You can sign up for text alerts from our Stormwatch team. To do that, just go to WJLA.com/text or just go to WJLA.com and click on text alerts at the top right side of your screen. Well, repairs are still underway this noon for a water main break in Alexandria. This one is at US 1 and North Patrick Street. It opened up last night around 7 o'clock, creating slick conditions on the roadways there. Our Jeanette Reyes has been at the scene all morning, and she is there now with the impact it's having on the roads and when all of this is expected to stop. Jeanette?
Yeah, Jimmy, you know, I ran into this yesterday evening and I didn't know what it was, but this was a tough water main break here for crews. In fact, it broke out around 7 o'clock yesterday evening, and it wasn't until later this morning around 7, probably the time you were getting ready to go to work, that they were finally able to find that break. Take a live look here behind me. Things looking a lot nicer than they were this morning, and not just because it's pretty much all patched up, but because you don't see the ice that we saw this morning. So you had closed lanes, you had slick conditions, and then, of course, a hard-to-find water main break. Now, as I mentioned, they were closing down the street altogether at one point, and it usually takes 6 and 8 hours to get all done. Take a listen to how one commuter described his experience just trying to get to work this morning.
Traffic getting in was actually backed all the way up to Telegraph Road, so for a while it was really difficult to get here. It took about 25 minutes. Normally it's a 10-minute commute.
And you know, if you had seen us earlier this morning, all of this was just stopped with traffic. And I'm so happy to say that they're wrapping up just about now. We were a little worried this was going to go into the evening hours, especially the way things are looking at about 6 o'clock this morning. But they should be wrapping up in about an hour or so. And so traffic should be wide open, just this one middle lane, and things should go pretty smoothly. But of course, it's really the southbound lanes that are going to get that evening commute. That's looking good as well. Fingers crossed that we don't have any other problems. But certainly this is kind of a foreshadowing of what we'll see on Friday come all that snow. Reporting live in Alexandria, Jeanette Reyes, ABC7 News. Back inside to you, Jimmy.
Okay, Jeanette, thank you. And now we want to get over to Jamie Sullivan, who joins us with a check of the rest of the roadways this noon. Jamie?
You know, and Jimmy, of course, as Jeanette mentioned, it will be right around 1 o'clock that they are scheduled to reopen North Patrick Drive, right between King Street and Cameron Street. And again, you did see in that shot, we do have the center lane that's blocked, but the other lanes are open, so you can get through. Some construction work northbound 295 just before Malcolm X. It is the right lane that's blocked. Because of that, we're seeing the slow traffic at about 11 miles per hour. Traveling then in the D.C. area on the freeway. We're in the 40s right now, although heading northbound 3rd Street Tunnel, that's where some work is being done right near Mass Ave. Midday roadwork 395, it'll slow you down to about 15 miles per hour. And let's take a live look right near Seminary Road. It'll give you an idea of what to expect. Unfortunately, that shot's not up, so we'll stick with the maps. If you are traveling along the Capitol Beltway, you are seeing mostly green. We are really up to speed right now without much to worry about, but if you travel on Metro, a few delays possible. On the red line, Van Ness to Friendship Heights, that's scheduled track work. Then on the green line from College Park to Greenbelt, they are doing the rail car testing. So again, delays possible on both the red line as well as the green line. That's a look at traffic, Jimmy. Back to you.
All right, Jamie, we want to get back to other news now. We're following new developments in a homicide investigation in Prince George's County. Around 9:30 last night, police responded to a call about gunfire on West Village Avenue in Suitland. They found a man with a gunshot wound, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. This morning, police said they do not believe this was a random shooting. Still, there's no word on a suspect or even a possible motive right now. Turning now to the war on terror, and the Pakistani Taliban is claiming responsibility for this morning's deadly attack at a university. 20 people were killed and more than 60 others injured. Officials say 4 gunmen stormed the university campus in a northwestern town not far from Peshawar. The gunmen reportedly began breaking down doors to shoot at students, and witnesses also heard several explosions. The man suspected of heading up this attack is the same man who officials say led a Taliban attack on a school in Peshawar in December of 2014. That attack killed over 150 people, most of those children. Closer to home, a professor at Kent State University under investigation by the FBI for alleged ties to ISIS. The student newspaper there broke the story after its editor said she was contacted by the FBI and Homeland Security as part of their investigation into Associate Professor Julio Pino. Officials say he has been under investigation for a year and a half, but has not been charged with the crime.
I had written a couple of articles about Professor Pino a couple of semesters ago. They just wanted to see what we talked about in those interviews and just try and get more information on him.
Everything that I've done is perfectly legal. I fulfill my duties as an American citizen by speaking out on issues that some people find controversial, of course.
Overnight, Kent State released a statement saying the university is, quote, fully cooperating with an ongoing investigation and that the FBI has assured them there is no threat to the campus. Happening today in Baltimore, pretrial motions for 4 of 6 police officers charged in the death of Freddie Gray. The judge in the case will hear a motion to strike a court order compelling testimony from a 5th officer, William Porter. Prosecutors want to call him to testify in court proceedings against 4 of the officers. Porter's trial ended in December with a mistrial, and he will be retried in June. The 6th officer charged in Gray's death, Cesar Goodson, was supposed to begin this week, but has been put on hold until the court decides whether to order Porter to testify. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, major shakeups in the race for the White House, the big endorsement for Donald Trump, and how a new poll is shaping up in the Democratic race. Plus, new developments in the Flint water crisis, what Michigan Governor Rick Snyder admitted to, and how he plans to address concerns. Plus, we continue to get ready for that major storm, the 5 tips that could help keep you safe when all that heavy snow falls. And of course, ABC 7 is your station whenever winter weather hits. Doug Hale will be back with the latest numbers on the big storm in his full forecast after the break.
Jonathan Elias, Michelle Marsh,